When I initially started the program, I was working just specifically with gay men. And at that time, the real need was to help gay men work through a wounding around their homosexuality. Later on, we brought women into the mix because we felt that gay men could deepen into that wound and therefore accelerate their healing if women were around, because in many of the gay enclaves, 10, 20 years ago, it was just all gay men together. There were no women around. And so there was a disconnect to the true nature of the feminine energy. And as much as gay men had tried to overcompensate by learning how to do drag or being campy or trying to be overly feminine or even being overly masculine, it never really got down. It was more on a superficial level that was helping them. It was kind of like pacifying them for a time being. But really, when we got down to it, we realized that there was a real void around the feminine energy. So by bringing women in, we thought that the women would be able to provide them with an avenue to get connected to their feminine energy. Well, lo and behold, what we discovered is that the women were feeling safe around the gay men and were starting to be as honest with them as the gay men were being asked to be honest with the women because of the nature of the transformational experience. And what we discovered is that it's really not a wound around homosexuality, it's a wound around the feminine. And that what lesbian women, gay men, and straight women all share is the same wound. And so what ended up happening then is that we then, from the men's inner journey, we developed the journey into love, where we allow women to come in and work with the gay men. Then once we saw that connection between the gay men and the women, we then developed what's called the celebration of love, where we reverse it, where the gay men then can hold the women through the exact same experience. Now what's happened is that's really an experience where it's just where women hold men through a transformation and men hold women through a transformation under the aegis of homosexuality. That's the safety net. That's where we provide a really interesting link that no other transformational practices or programs do. It's held in that energy. This is where the true gatekeeper can come in and live in its purpose. Then what we found in the process of that was how the heterosexual men that were showing up, even though they seemed to be what we would project upon them as saying that they're the cause of our wounding, that their wounding and what's causing them to lash out is their own wounding of their own inner feminine energy. And we found that all four aspects of human sexuality, lesbian women, gay men, heterosexual men, were all suffering in the same wound. And it's the wounding of the feminine. And so now the program then takes us up to a third level in which all four aspects of human sexuality can work together to heal the collective aspect of the feminine.